Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Grizz TV, and it's conference tournament time here in the Spurlock Center as your number 2 seed Franklin Grizzlies host the number 7 seed Berea Mountaineers. I am Ryan Gage. With me is Luke Shepard, and we're your host for tonight's high-stakes matchup. Franklin come in today with a momentum, winning 5 of their last 6. Berea on the slide with just 2 wins in their last 7, but one of those being over the number 1 seed in the tournament, Anderson Ravens. Luke, let's talk about the keys to today's game.
So for Franklin, they need to rely on their scheme. They need to continue to put pressure defensively. They need to run, move the ball up the court, and play whoever basketball. And that comes in, beat them with your depth. This team, they had 46 bench points last time out against Berea. And you have 5 players that average over 10 points a game. Beat them with your depth. Continue to attack them with your bench and just the balance of your lineup, and make their other players beat you. Berea has 3 scorers who average 15 a game, but besides that, they don't have too many people who are going to make as much of an impact. So shut those guys down and make their other guys make shots to beat you. And for Berea, they need to get Trey Minter involved more early. He did not, and last time out, he started a lot slower. He ended up with 16, but he started a lot slower, and they lost by 9 points. So try to get him involved a little more early, get him in some 2-man action with Demetrius Phillips, and use your size advantage. They average 5 more rebounds a game than Franklin. You have Demetrius Phillips down low. He can make a big impact. Him versus Jesse Morgan is going to be a hard matchup for both of those guys tonight. And then don't be frantic with the ball. They had only 13 turnovers last time out against Franklin. They did a good job not letting the pressure get to them, but they have to continue to do that and maybe even do a better job if they're going to want to overcome that deficit from last game.
Yeah, this game will be a battle of 2 styles. The high-flying Berea offense, 78 points per game, second in the conference, versus Franklin's strict defense, averaging just 67 points against them all season. And then scoring-wise, Franklin, the 3-point shooting team, the best in the conference, 37%, while Berea dead last, 29%, the only team underneath 30% in 3-point shooting. So Franklin's going to have to keep their style of play, get the 3-point shots that they want, and make them get down the stretch tonight.
Yeah, and I think that definitely comes down also to the amount of attempts that they take. I mean, Franklin almost has 100 less attempts on my stat sheet here than Berea's had all season. So Berea just can't be forcing up those 3-point shots. They need to just look for their shots and not force anything. I mean, obviously it can depend on their style, and Franklin does like to push the pace a little bit more, but also just don't jack up any bad shots if you're Berea. You need to play smart and take every opportunity that you can get. Franklin does that on their offensive end already. So they're going to have to kind of take that from Franklin's game and implement it in today's matchup.
Yeah, so let's go take a look into the starting lineups. We'll start with Berea first. Number 5, Bryce Riley starts with Marquise Mackey and Jarrell Montgomery. Demetrius Phillips and the senior guard Trey Minter all start for Berea. Trey Minter, the leading scorer in this Berea offense, and also the 3rd highest scorer in the conference with 20 points a game. Bryce Riley as well, 15 points a game, key forward for them. And then down low, Demetrius Phillips, the center. Going to be a problem with Franklin all night on the glass. But Franklin makes a change of their own tonight for their starting lineup. They start with Lynn King and Braden Flanagan, Jesse Morgan and Cody Samples. And instead of the usual Cooper Matthews tonight, Franklin goes with Dylan Beverly, a bit more size down low.
Yeah, Beverly, he's had a really good second half of the season especially, and coming off the bench, he's been very impactful for them. Cooper Matthews does like to help them get started out quickly, but I like, trying to get some of that size down low, to defend Phillips, obviously, because that's going to be a hard matchup for them, like you said. And, I mean, last time out, they have their big 3 in Phillips, Riley, and Minter, but then you have Montgomery, who had 16 last time against Franklin. That comes down, making the other players beat you. And Montgomery played very well last time, so Franklin just does kind of have to, contain those players on the outside and not allow any open 3-point attempts.
Yep. Cooper Matthews, the conference 2nd place in steals, is a huge defensive player on the wing for Franklin, but Beverly, last season the freshman, led the conference in blocks. So he's an inside presence that will help Franklin defensively, and we'll see how that lineup change affects for Coach Hamilton tonight. We're about 2 minutes out here from opening tip-off and lineup introductions here in the stadium. So we'll step aside and be back for a minute for tip-off. We're about ready here in the Spurlock Center for tip-off. Stands are filling up. Student section packed up with Franklin students ready to cheer on the home team today. Franklin took the season series against Berea 2-0. Took the win down in the Berea early in the season, second game of conference play. And then just a couple weeks ago, came back here, won 88-79 here in the Spurlock Center. Big game from Lynn King, had 22 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. As a team, Franklin shot 47% from the field, one of the more efficient games. And Franklin just had a dominant bench performance as well.
Yeah, and Braden Flanagan also had a great game. 21 points, 60% from the field. So, and he had a lot of free throw attempts that game as well. So definitely going to see if he can get to the line and really attack this defense like he did.
Phillips wins the opening tip for Berea, and we're underway here in the Spurlock Center. Mentor, the leading scorer of this Berea team, senior season. First year in the HCAC for Berea, trying to pick up their first conference tournament win. Franklin playing on home court for the first time in a conference tournament game since 2007. Mentor kicks over to Mackey. Mackey drives in the lane, stopped by Beverly, push shot over the top and finishing.
Nice little pull-away floater from Mackey there. He definitely had been working on that shot. It was a difficult shot to make, especially over a dynamic defender like Beverly.
Beverly getting the start over the sophomore Cooper Matthews. Going for a little bit of height. Flanagan driving inside and poked away and then hit off of Flanagan heading out of bounds, and it's a turnover on the first possession on offense.
That was a really good play by Riley there, getting his hand in there and then forcing it off the body of Flanagan. Huge momentum already for Berea to start this game.
Franklin showing a little bit of full court press. They tend to do that early out, trying to get into an early advantage, force some early turnovers. Montgomery kicks back out to Minter. Minter guarded by Samples on the left wing. Over to Montgomery. Montgomery drives baseline to the rim and finishing. Early 4-0 lead for Berea. So get it to Jesse Morgan on the left block, working on Phillips, backing him down, gets him in the air, up and under, and finishing.
Great play by Morgan there, drawing him up in the air, knowing he's going to get him jumping. Got him there, drew the foul, got the and one to finish it off.
It's the crowd on their feet here in the Spurlock Center, and three-point play coming at the line for Jesse Morgan. Morgan, the big man down low, averages almost 11 points a game, 5 boards, and misses an and one attempt. So he's just 4-2 ball game, minute and a half down in the first half. Winter, followed by Beverly up top. Winter had Mackey on a back cut, no one found him. Over in the corner, Riley Jackson with 3, bullseye.
Berea's just having a really good start in terms of efficiency. They're finding their shots and they're not missing at all. It looks like the pressure is not really getting to them.
Samples on the right block, trying to get over the top of Montgomery, is blocked. Gets his own rebound back out, 15 on the shot clock for King. King driving inside, bounce pass, finds Morgan, and Morgan finishes again.
What a pass by Lynn King. Finding his way inside and a beautiful dime around the defender.
Montgomery crosses over, kicks to the corner. Mackey, 3-ball, off target. Rebound for Franklin.
And this is where they execute right here. When they get into motion and they move the ball up the court quickly. Catch the defense out of position.
Back to Morgan, this time on the right block. Gets the fake and
Jesse Morgan, all 6 of Franklin's points already. They're definitely looking to feed him down low despite the presence of Demetrius Phillips.
Phillips, the best interior defender in the conference, leads the conference with almost 2 blocks a game. Morgan not phased. Minter in the corner, 3-ball, cash.
Cannot leave him open at all, and they were already kind of doing it deep at the top of the key, but wide open in the corner especially, just not good defense.
Beverly had the sky for a long pass to keep it alive for Franklin. Now King driving in on Riley, takes it to the rim with the left hand and doesn't go. Now Berea running the fast break with Riley. Slowed up Minter, pulls it from way downtown. Cash money, Trey Minter, 2 threes in a row.
He's going to be their guy. He's going to be willing to fire him away from deep. Franklin, they were doing it earlier with Beverly trapping him up top and trying to get close to him. They need to keep doing that.
Pass, trying to find King off the back of Mackey. Flanagan trying to answer back. Can't do so as the rim's out. Berea with the early advantage, up by 7. 4 minutes down in this first half.
You can say it's Franklin's defense all you want, but 5 for 6 from the field, 3 for 4 from 3. An amazing start making their shots for Berea.
Montgomery closed down by Flanagan in the corner. Try to get it to Phillips, and Morgan takes it away.
Great play by Morgan, knowing where he's at on the court. No weaknesses there.
Samples gets it off to King on the right wing. Now back to Morgan. Has all of Franklin's points so far. On the screen, Flanagan finds Morgan at the basket, battling with Phillips. Phillips knocks it around, and it goes out of bounds, stays with Franklin. And that takes us to our immediate timeout here. 5.5 minutes gone in this opening period. 13-6 Berea lead. Trey Minter's 6 points helps Berea open up an early lead in this first half. Franklin makes a couple changes. Malachi Archie and Ryan Bostic come in. Same 5 on the floor for the Mountaineers. Franklin has the ball on the baseline, just 10 to shoot on the shot clock though. Gonna go quick here. They got Bostic, who's a good quick release shooter. They get it long for Samples. Shot clock already down to 6. Samples goes to work into the baseline. Guarded by Minter, spinning in the lane, trying to get it over the top of him. Does so eventually, can't go. Offensive rebound though for King, and he goes up and gets fouled.
Good job by King there, crashing the board, knowing where he's at, and then going up with it, selling the foul a little bit and getting his free throws.
Lynn King, the senior out of South Bend. Been a 3-year starter for the Grizzlies, and he's had his career high this season. Earlier in the year, he had 23 points versus Hanover, and a big win for Franklin early in the season. He makes the first of 2 free throws there.
And you can tell he's really trying to get involved early. Berea's doing a really good job of trying to trap him and not let him get down low and get any easy opportunities.
Free throw won't fall with a lane violation beforehand. King is the king of doing that one.
Yeah, he does like to build it up a little bit so in case he misses, because if he makes it, they'll keep it on the board, but when he misses, they're going to take that one away, so it gives him basically 3 easy free throws.
Not the most efficient free throw shooter is Lynn King. He's only a 63% shooter. And that one off the front rim bounces in. 2 for 2 for Lynn King.
And now bringing Malachi Archie in, I'm definitely interested to see what they're going to do with him on the offensive end.
Pass down low into Phillips. Was a little hot, but he's able to handle it. And then round 2 defenders, puts it off the glass and in. Phillips gets on the board for his first points in this contest. Morgan gets to the Samples. Samples pulls for 3. Too strong, back iron. Rebound though for Morgan. King thought about the 3 ball. Step back, no shot there with that. Now Morgan at the free throw line, crossover, spin, up and underneath, and draws a offensive foul. Ooh, interesting call there on Jesse Morgan. I guess they're saying he hooked around him on the post move.
That was what Phillips was calling for, and I definitely think they're trying to attack Phillips because I believe he fouled out last game here So they're definitely trying to get him in foul trouble, get him out of the game. That's why they keep feeding it to Morgan. But
you look at the Berea roster, they don't have much height similar to him. Only other guy is Andrew Jones, who's 6'5". The rest of the players not nearly the size that Phillips has. Minter drives inside, tough shot, falls on the floater.
He is fired up early. He is absolutely, I mean, he's nailing all of his shots. 3 for 3 from the field, quick. Not even just 6 minutes into this first half.
Over to Bostic, gets it down low to Morgan. Had to step on Phillips, and then a foul call on the way up. That one goes on Phillips. A little late. Phillips upset with that call.
I mean, he went on his arm. I was expecting the call earlier, but yeah, it was a little late. But that's already a second foul in this first half. So Phillips, they might have to look to take him out already.
Jesse Morgan at the line again. Missed his first free throw earlier. Talk about how Phillips fouled out last time against Berea. Jesse Morgan also fouled out in that game. So both these big men are going to have to deal with foul trouble, deal with the strength down low by both of these players. Physicality, and we'll see how the refs police it down the line.
Yeah, both teams were really attacking the paint in that game. Both had 36 points even in that game. And yeah, you could tell they were going at, this is going to be a matchup that you're going to see all day. And I can tell why they were trying to feed it to Morgan early and why he's already got 8 of Franklin's points.
Andrew Jones, the one to check in for the early foul trouble. He pulls up for 3, immediately left it short.
I don't love that shot attempt there. I mean, you have plenty of time on the shot clock. You don't need your big man to, shoot a three-pointer off the rip.
Swinging across to Samples. Samples trying to get back to Morgan. Riley now the assignment. Push shot over the top and finishing again. Jesse Morgan's already in double figures.
I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I mean, he's just absolutely dominating down low, and you would think it'd be the other way around, but Jesse Morgan is just starting off on fire.
It's a 5-point Berea lead now. Minter already has 8 points, guarded by Samples. Takes a screen from Jones. And pass down low, poked away by Bostic. King trying to save it. Goes out of bounds, but 10 seconds on the shot clock for Berea.
Really good defense there on the double team, and then Samples went up when he knew that Minter was looking for the pass down low. Great job by Bostic jumping in between the lane there.
Minter the inbounder for Berea. They go off the back of Morgan. Didn't quite work. Morgan turned around, knocked it back out of bounds. He'll go long this time. Now Montgomery, guarded by Bostic, knocked away. Just 2 on the shot clock, has to heave one up. Way short, air ball, shot clock violation.
Great defense by Ryan Bostic. You can tell, like, Montgomery felt really confident in that matchup. He was trying to get the one-on-one, and Bostic tipped it away and showed his defensive talent there.
Archie brings up the court for Franklin. Now Samples on the left wing. Bostic finds Samples down low, underneath and finishing. Cody Samples on the board.
I love that play design. Archie was kind of on the decoy cut. Cody Samples back door wide open.
Bryce Riley right to the rim, taking Morgan up with them and finishing. Oh, a long pass. Archie barely able to keep it in. King wasn't ready for it on the inbound from Bostic. Almost a costly turnover there.
Interesting to see, nearly halfway through this first half, still no Cooper Matthews for Franklin.
Archie in the left corner. Shot clock down to 12. Backing inside on Mackey, and then a foul called on Berea. Already their 4th team foul of the half.
Yeah, early foul trouble. Definitely, Franklin looks to be attacking that. They're really trying to go down low and attack the paint, despite being, like you said, the best 3-point shooting team by percentage in the conference. So, definitely interested to see how they keep attacking.
Bostic lined up a 3. Rims out. Minter guarded by Archie now. Minter step back, 3-ball. Rims all the way out.
He was talking to the Franklin bench there after that one. They were talking about he used the elbow on the step back.
Morgan straight to the rim. Foul ball. Couldn't get the bucket to drop, but will go to the line to shoot 2.
Crowd was ready to get fired up for that one. He got by him. Got him standing a little bit.
Almost thought he was going to cock that back and slam it down. That's for when he rose to the rim. Takes it to our immediate timeout here. 11:40. Berea up by 5, 19-14. Jesse Morgan at the line for 2 more free throws, following the foul before the media timeout.
Yeah, now Jesse Fair's checked in for Lynn King, talking to Lynn King on the bench.
Fair's the sophomore out of Ben Davis, been a key player off the bench. 12 minutes a game, averages almost 5 points. And is definitely a piece of the future for Franklin. Most of this unit, seniors, final tournament run for them. See if they can pull out another championship. They won the championship, most of them their freshman year. Berea forces a turnover. Minter in the lane, floater over the top of Flanagan and scoring again.
Already 10 points for Trey Minter. He's definitely getting involved early, and it's showing on the scoreboard right now.
Get it to Morgan on the left block. Guarded by Riley, gets him underneath, gets him in the air, and can't finish. Riley rips away the rebound.
He was trying to get him up in the air and get a foul call. Didn't that time, but did earlier in the game.
Minter now. Flanagan trying to jump the handoff. Minter kept it alive. Shot clock down to 10. Comes around the screen. Morgan forces it away. Pass into the corner for Moss. Moss drives baseline, loses the handle for a second, finds Mackey for 3. Front rim, no good. Long rebound for Minter. 3-ball wide open.
Just a defensive breakdown right there. I mean, you let Trey Minter get an offensive rebound. He backs out off the dribble and is wide open from the three-point line. You can't do that. And Franklin, generally you're going to see them double team in that corner there on Moss, and they never did. They never got there. Their defense doesn't seem to be as in sync as it usually is.
10-point lead. 10 minutes left in the first half. Get it back to Morgan. Morgan swings it into the corner. Archie, 3-ball. Can't answer back. Rebound for Jones.
Minter's looking for a heat check here, I can tell.
He's already hit 3 threes in this game. Drives inside. Step back over the top of Fairs. No foul called. And the shot was off target, out of bounds. Goes to Franklin.
Yeah, Minter was looking for the foul call there. Never got it.
Fairs definitely made contact with the hand after the shot, but no call given. Still a 10-point lead for the Mountaineers.
Now, interesting lineup change. They had the size with Fairs and Morgan both on the floor, but now Morgan coming out for King.
King finds Flanagan for 3, straight away, cash.
They really needed that. 0 for 4 from 3 to start this game. First 3 made. Braden Flanagan getting them going. They definitely needed that one, as now we cross the halfway point in the first half.
That 3 right as soon as Trey Minter checked out of the game, and then Samples comes up with a steal.
That's what you want to see, and now Franklin in motion. This is where they're at their best work.
King straight to the rim, can't finish. See what offensive player steps up for Berea now that Minter is out of the lineup for a moment. Riley, the one to drive inside over the top of King. Can't get it to fall. Rebound bobbled around. Fairs first one to the floor and gets it.
Good hustle.
2-on-2. Flanagan will just pull up for 3.
What a shot. Back-to-back threes, and the crowd's fired up. They need a timeout. I mean, just those 2 threes brought him back into the game. Now it's just within 4.
4-point game, 8:39 to play. Berea takes a timeout. The 6-0 Braden Flanagan fueled run off the deep bomb cuts it down to 4 with 8:39 in the first half. And Berea answers with the timeout, bringing Minter back in the game. Already has 13 points for him. They're not going to take many chances with him out of the game.
Exactly, especially after that quick little run. They're like, hey, we need you to score again. I mean, you've already got 13 early in this game. He's got to get back involved on the offense.
Phillips gets it across half court to Montgomery. Montgomery guarded by Flanagan on the perimeter. Back to Phillips, high at the key. Over to Minter, pulls up 3 right away. Bullseye!
There needs to be some sort of shadowing done on Trey Minter right now. 16 early points, 4 3-pointers. You can't even let him get the ball.
Fairs to the rim with the Euro step and finishes on the fast break.
Smooth finish from Jesse Fairs.
Montgomery gets to Phillips. Around Fairs and Morgan with a foul call on the way up, and Phillips will shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, it was nearly, I mean, that was a great defensive play by Morgan on the other side, but Fairs just caught the arm.
Foul goes on Jesse Fairs, his first. Team's just 3rd foul of the period. And Phillips at the free throw line for 2 shots. Makes the first 2. Phillips, a sophomore from St. Louis, Missouri. 75% free throw shooter. One of the better double-doubles machines in the conference. Has 8 double-doubles on the season. He had a 23-point, 16-rebound game against Sewanee at the end of the start of this non-conference season. And he goes 2 for 2 at the line there. Makes a 7-point Berea lead with 8 minutes to play in the first half. See if they try to dial up Flanagan again here for 3. Thought about it. Flanagan steps inside for 2 this time. Rims are out. Samples just pokes it on a rebound out. Back to Flanagan. Thought about it.
He wanted that one so bad. The crowd knew it too. But what a play by Cody Samples, getting another possession.
Morgan down low on Phillips. Phillips rips it away with a steal. You see on defense there, Phillips wasn't very was hesitant to initiate contact with Morgan. Didn't want to draw a 3rd foul in this opening half. Now Phillips rolls to the rim over the top of Fairs. Can't get it to fall, but a foul and 2 more free throws coming. Under 8. Timeout coming here. Phillips will shoot 2 after the break. It's a 29-22 Berea lead. Demetrius Phillips at the line for 2 more free throws. The real question coming out of this timeout is what is Franklin going to do to stop Trey Minter?
I mean, you got to look to shadow him right now. I mean, obviously shadowing, it's not about closing out on him and defending him when he does get the ball. It's not letting him get the ball. You need to front him, and don't even worry about where the ball is if you're on defense. You need to have one man specifically fronting Trey Minter so that to try and take him out of the game. You can't let him get the ball and get any more to three-point opportunities. And subbing a guy like Cooper Matthews, who's been arguably absolutely their best perimeter defender on the season.
Both free throws fall for Phillips. It's a 9-point Berea lead. 7 minutes left to play in the first half. Morgan at the top of the key, looking for Samples. Samples takes a screen at the elbow, cut off by Montgomery. Samples still working down on the post. Keeps the pivot foot, puts it up, can't fall. Morgan picks up the rebound though. They're talking about the shot clock resetting. I don't think Samples' shot hit the rim. So if they're not changing the time on the clock, it still says 17 seconds. Maybe it did. Maybe they are saying it did. I couldn't quite tell if it did or not. It was towards it.
From what I remember, I think it did, but it was close. I'm not 100% sure, but they're going to leave it at 17.
Flanagan gets to Fairs. Mid-range jumper for Jesse Fairs falls.
He's had a good start already, getting involved off the bench.
Anthony Ham into the game for the first time, and Minter finds Riley on the left side. Riley guarded by Fairs, back to Ham. Down low for Mackey, underneath and finishing.
Good find on the backdoor cut right there. I mean, that was really clean.
Montgomery on the finish. Morgan gets it to Fairs on the right block. Fairs fakes, backing down, using his strength. Phillips underneath there. They'll call the foul. They'll go on Ham and not Phillips. The 2 free throws coming for Jesse Fairs.
Yeah, Phillips was not going to be happy if that one went on him. But he's lucky it didn't. It would have been his 3rd foul. Now Archie looking to come in after this first free throw.
Free throw good from Fairs. Clayton Flanagan will check out. Two for 2 at the line for Jesse Fairs. 6 minutes left. Franklin 33-26. Berea leads. Full court press here from Samples and Fairs. Montgomery gets it across half court. Now Riley at the free throw line. Step back over the top of King. Tough shot. Right rim, no good.
I like Fairs bringing it down there, not trying to push the pace too much as Berea was getting back.
Fairs drives inside from the right side, left-handed layup, unable to finish. A lot of contact on the way to the rim, no call given. Both teams been able to play pretty freely this first half, especially on the drives. Into the corner for Montgomery, drives baseline, try to go over the top of King and does so.
I mean, that was fantastic defense by Lynn King. Didn't come down on the ball, no foul to be called there. And, I mean, he was just able to get it over him. A great play. Franklin's got to keep this within single digits. 9-point game. It's been stuck at that for the past 5. They need to keep it there or get it closer. They cannot let this get into a double-digit game.
Morgan finds Fairs on the cut. Fairs at the rim, can't finish.
It's just a bunny. I mean, you know, it happens, but just 40% from the field now on this game after that one. The efficiency has not been going Franklin's way.
Berea over 60% from the field to open the game. Minter finds Phillips down low. Underneath and scoring again. Timeout taken by Coach Hamilton. And it's back in the double digits for Berea. A spirited timeout talk from Coach Hamilton there.
Yeah, and what he was really emphasizing was the last couple of their buckets have been inside, just a couple feet away from the basket. And the point, you cannot let them get that close, especially Phillips wide open, getting the ball down low before you get to there. You need to be there before that so he doesn't get the ball in the first place. That's been the issue with Franklin's defense tonight, and that's why they haven't been able to implement it. Only 3 turnovers from Berea. It's just not good enough.
Mentor comes up with a steal of his own, takes it to the rim, and scores.
Yeah, Coach Hamilton talking to the ref saying he pushed off with the elbow on the drive there, which he did, but they're letting them play. It's definitely been on both sides.
Archie kicks out to King. King will shoot a 3. Right of the rim, no good. Long rebound, though, for Morgan. Not the type of shot Franklin would want here. Morgan inside, fading away and finishing.
That's the type of shot you want. Keep getting the ball to Jesse Morgan. He has 10 early points. They haven't really gotten the ball and been looking for him as much since then. He's already got 12 after that one.
3.5 minutes to play in the first half. Berea shooting the lights out, 65% from the field. They're 5 of 9 from 3. Riley on the left wing, drives inside over the top of Morgan. Tough shot, falls again for Berea. They can't miss tonight. Franklin needs an answer. See which one of these 5 seniors on the court might step up for them. Archie gets it to Morgan, down low, takes it into Phillips. Phillips over the top. Morgan scoring, and the foul.
And that's going to be his 3rd foul on Phillips now. He got him up in the air once again. He already did that earlier today. And now Franklin's going to be in the bonus for the final 3 minutes of this quarter. That's huge. For this half, sorry. Now we get Russell coming in here for Cody Samples.
3-point play coming again for Jesse Morgan. It's been an adventurous day at the line so far. 2 for 5. It was 5 for 6 from the field. 14 points now. At the line, makes it 15. All in the first half for Jesse Morgan. Full court press here from Franklin. Get it across to Jones, who brings it across the half court. That's a travel. Big turnover there by Berea.
Yeah, he pushed off with the elbow and travel at the same time. I was expecting at least one of them to be called with the ref on the sideline. And, you know, Franklin's got to take advantage of this momentum shift here. You get it and 1, big play. You're at home. You need to take advantage here and get another bucket. Bring it to within single digits.
King directing traffic. Hand off to Russell. Now to Morgan, top of the key. Shot clock on 15. Archie around some screens. Over to Bostic. Down low to Morgan. Morgan draws a double team and swing it. Pass tipped away. Russell in the corner. Down to 3 on the shot clock. Tough shot. Falls brighter than Russell.
What a shot by Russell. I mean, just a little pull-up jumper. Love that shot for him. Brings it to within 8 now. Just over 2 minutes to play left in the half.
Montgomery trapped there. Gets it out to Minter. And then Minter easy into the lane and finishing again at 20 points in the first half. Trey Minter. Archie on the left wing. On the screen to King on the right wing now. Mentor try to jump the pass. Bostic over to Archie. Now shot clock down to 6 for Jesse Morgan. Cross-court pass in the corner. Archie just puts it up off the right of the rim. Rebound for Archie. Goes back up and can't finish.
I didn't love that pass from Bostic there. I mean, you had Minter jump. You had kind of a Minter in the nearly at the half court line. And Bostic, I would have either liked to see a floater or an inside pass. You don't kick it back out to the corner where the guy is, the defender already is there.
Mentor for 3, off target to the left. 65 seconds left in the first half. King straight to the rim, draws the foul. It's almost an and 1 there for King, but he'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, he really wanted that one. King has developed his free throw shooting since he's been here, so he's going to be confident to try and bring it back within single digits. I mean, that's kind of the magic number here going into the half.
Flanagan and Sample is waiting to come back in. With 61 seconds left in the opening half here of the HCAC first round. Some other games around the conference underway. Anderson opened up the night, or the afternoon rather, with a win over Manchester 72-65. So the conference tournament will run through the Anderson Ravens up in the next round. King, second free throw goes down to an 8-point game.
I feel like that's where you double team right there. I mean, you're trying to get a trap.
Now, underneath, jump ball called on Riley. Franklin with possession arrow gets the ball back.
Very smart plays. As soon as you see the ball hit the floor and Riley had to go down for it, you immediately jump on that and get involved and, you know, force a jump ball. Franklin's lucky they had possession.
51 seconds left on the clock. A sweat cleanup here done by yours truly, Braden Flanagan.
A lot more crowd showing up towards the end of the first half here, and seats pretty close to filled.
Softball team showing up, coming out of practice. King gets over to Flanagan. Flanagan, quick trigger. Left it short, long rebound. Secured by Riley. Fast break now, 3-on-1. Kicks over to Mackey for three. Too short, no good. Another rebound, though, for Riley, and he gets fouled on his way up on the shot.
Russell got his arms tangled up down low when Riley was going to put up the shot.
Bryce Riley, the junior from Bardstown, Kentucky. Second leading scorer on this team, 15 points a game. Grabs 6 rebounds as well. He's a good three-point shooter, 43% from the three. 78% free throw shooter as well in the season. He looks to try to put it back into double digits heading into this halftime break. Franklin will have the last shot if they choose to take it. 2 for 2, Bryce Riley's up to 8 points. King on the right wing, game clock down to 10. Samples finds Flanagan. Flanagan drives, gets it milked away by Minter. Minter down to 2 on the clock, gets it down to the half court, puts up the shot, the buzzer, and it won't go. Had a feeling that Minter was going to hit that way he's played this first half. 8 for 11 from the field for 20 points for Trey Minter. That's been the difference maker as Berea leads by 10.
Yeah, and offense for Franklin. Jesse Morgan has been absolutely the only person who's really put an impact. 15 points already. Flanagan obviously had those 2 back-to-back threes, but him and Fair the second leading scorers at 6 a game, or at 6. You know, Morgan 6 for 7 down low. I think they got to keep looking for him, and he's missed 3 free throws. I mean, he's gotten opportunities at the line as well. So I feel like you got to keep looking to feed the ball to him down low.
He's also forced Phillips 3 fouls in that first half. So Franklin probably going to look to attack him again in that second half. With him off the court, not sure what his plus-minus would be, but it seems like Franklin has at least been closer to 0 on that plus-minus with Phillips off the court.
Yeah, it definitely seems like when Phillips is off, Franklin has a little bit better of an opportunity, especially crashing down low. But I didn't see it as much towards the end of that quarter there when they subbed Phillips out for his 3rd foul. And, I mean, you know, Berea, they've shot 60% so far and 41% from 3. Not even close to what their season averages generally project. Franklin, 41% and 22% from 3. You know, definitely a tale of 2 offenses going into this half. And then only 5 turnovers forced by Franklin to Berea. So I think that's definitely been the 2 storylines. Inefficiency from Franklin, efficiency from Berea, and then Franklin not really able to impose their defensive scheme.
Yeah, 60% from the field is one way to win a game. You don't usually lose those ones. And they're up by 10 at halftime, 45-35. We'll be back for the second half of basketball in a few. about ready for second half of basketball. Let's take a look at recap at the first half. Trey Minter's 20 points and hot start helped Berea lead for almost 19 and a half minutes in that first half. They came out of the gate red hot.
Yeah, and their efficiency has really been the story of their offense. I mean, 60% from the field and 41% from three is absolutely phenomenal. They've been attacking the paint more than Franklin has. They've been moving the ball better than Franklin does. I mean, it's just generally the things that Franklin does better. They've just taken advantage of it tonight, and Trey Minter, like you said, has just absolutely made the game his own. And, I mean, for Franklin, they haven't been able to force turnovers. They haven't been able to move the ball on offense. The only person that's really been turned on offense has been Jesse Morgan, who's just been on fire down low. I'm expecting them to look more at that. But then also kind of a story that we've been talking about, like, where's Cooper Matthews? He's been a starter for them all season. It looks like he's going to start second half here, but he wasn't in the entire first half after being a starter all season. So we'll see what ends up happening here.
Matthews will start on the court with Flanagan, King, Morgan, and Samples. The normal starting five for this Franklin team throughout most of the season. Berea goes with the same five they started the first half with, as Minter, Montgomery, Mackey, Riley, and Phillips. Phillips playing out there with 3 fouls. See how Franklin attacks that on offense. They kick it over the corner for Mackey. Mackey pulls up in the free throw line, blocked by Cooper Matthews from behind.
Already making an impact defensively.
They find Flanagan for 3.
That's a way to get the crowd fired up to start the second half. Cooper Matthews is talking to. I mean, first thing, he goes out there, he blocks somebody and moves the ball up the floor and finds Flanagan.
Foul. I think they're calling a foul there on Flanagan. Almost a steal from Matthews and Flanagan on the inbound trap.
Yeah, it seemed that Samples and Matthews were going for the ball there, but it's definitely a tight one. A lot of contact.
Barely able to get it in. They do so for Phillips, and he loses it out of bounds. Crowd fired up after that one.
All pointing at the line.
2 early turnovers forced by Franklin. A chance to cut the lead down to 5 with a made 2-pointer. Get into King on the right corner. Matthews drives the elbow, gives it up to Morgan. Morgan, push shot over the top of Phillips, left it short. Samples able to keep it alive.
What a play by the vet, Cody Samples.
They're going to call a no shot, foul on the floor for Matthews.
He fouled him on the gather step, which generally gets called for a shooting foul, but I get why you would call it on the floor. But it was on his gather, so I'm a little bit surprised that he didn't let that one go.
New shot clock for Franklin at 20. King got the inbound, top of the key. Gives it to Morgan. Morgan hand off to Flanagan. Flanagan looking for options, down to 8, gets it to Morgan. Morgan inside, over the top of Phillips, bounces around, no good. A rebound for Samples, it's poked around. Matthews comes up with it. Matthews inside, throws it up, can't finish. Matthews back with it again, and a foul on Riley on the tie-up.
They were waiting for that call. A lot of contact from both teams coming down low. Matthews is the lucky one to get the foul call.
Cooper Matthews has come into the game after not playing in the first half, and has just been a spark plug.
Yeah, already 2 turnovers forced by him. I mean, he's just absolutely fired up this team and the crowd.
Floater in the mid-range, rolls around and can't fall for Matthews. Good looking shot. A little bit good contest there from Montgomery. Just rolled around the rim and didn't fall. Montgomery back to Mackey now. Mackey gets to Minter. Minter hit 4 threes in that opening period. Drives inside on Matthews. Step back jumper, no good. Rebound for King. Morgan right at Phillips. Ooh! Jab step. Can't get the finish though. Franklin creating good looks, just can't get him to fall.
Exactly. Just a couple bunnies in the past couple possessions needing to finish there. I mean, you got to take advantage there. It'd be, a 1-possession game if they have both those.
Montgomery kicks out to Minter, gets Matthews in the air, pulls for three, leaves it short.
At least he got the closeout, made him take another dribble. It's harder to shoot off the dribble than it is off the catch, even if you're fully set. That's just the truth.
Flanagan down the screen, into the lane, kick out, samples, back to Morgan on the post. Working on Phillips, up and underneath. Goes up, can't get it to go. Phillips, good defense there without the foul.
Very good defense. He reached over the back, but got all ball on the block.
Phillips finds Mackey on the cut and gets Matthews in the air and draws a foul. Mackey will head to the free throw line, the senior out of Lexington, 73% free throw shooter. There's 6.5 points a game for this Berea team, and misses the front half of the two free throws. Jesse Ferris will come in for Jesse Morgan. Ferris had two made field goals to go with two free throws for 6 points and 3 rebounds. Also picked up 2 personal fouls in the opening half. Played 10 minutes. Or 7 minutes in that half, sorry. Mackey at the line, goes 1 for 2.
Yeah, Morgan starting 0 for 4 coming out of the half. They were definitely trying to feed it to him early, but Phillips has done a much better job at controlling the fouls and playing really good hard defense down low.
Ferris finds Flanagan in the corner, 3 ball, rolls out. Knocked around, King picks it up and puts it in.
Huge play by Lynn King. I mean, you can tell Franklin's really attacking the offensive rebounds so far in the first few minutes of this half. They are really going for it, and it's caused a lot of extra possessions that they've gotten points off of.
6-point game, 4.5 minutes down in the opening half, or second half, sorry. Montgomery drives, slips on the floor. Ferris picks it up. King and Matthews running the fast break. Riley pokes it away. It's out of bounds off of Berea.
Really good play by Bryce Riley. Cooper trying to, sell the foul there, but now we're going to get a timeout from Berea.
16-17 left in the second half. 46-40 Berea lead. Six-point Mountaineer lead with 16-17 left in the second half. Franklin with possession. 27 on the shot clock after Matthews had the shot blocked by Bryce Riley on a fast break. Ferris gets it to Matthews on the left wing. Matthews around the screen, dumps it off for King. King guarded by Riley. Puts it on the floor, backing him down. Spins once, spins twice, puts it up, no good, gets his own miss, and scores.
Good play by Jesse Ferris there as well, tipping it out right to Lynn King. And getting the bucket. Not a field goal scored yet for Berea this half.
4-point Berea lead. King up to 8 points on the contest. And then Matthews with a steal. Going the other way, straight to the rim, hard foul, and will go to the line for 2 free throws.
That's exactly what Cooper Matthews does. He jumps passes, he makes plays on defense, he pushes the pace. I called him the rim runner all season, and he's doing it again there. And now it's a if he just makes one of these free throws, it'll be a one-possession game already.
Immediate timeout here, under 16, 4-point Berea lead now. So Cooper Matthews at the free throw line for 2 shots. Down by 4, Franklin is. And Matthews played 4 minutes so far this half. Has 2 rebounds, an assist, a steal, and a block, and has done everything on the defensive and offensive end for this Franklin team in the second half.
And he hadn't even scored a point until that free throw. That just shows the impact that he makes without scoring the ball on the offensive end, and especially the defensive end, as we've already seen.
2 for 2 at the line as they get it across to Mentor. Mentor guarded by Malachi Archie. Switched on to Fairs. Mentor sizing him up, kicks over to Montgomery. Montgomery bobbles it, drives inside now, lays it up over the top, rolls all the way around, and finally falls for Jarrell Montgomery.
First field goal of the half for them. It was a 9-1 run for Franklin up until that point.
Fairs top of the key for Franklin. With Samples, bounce pass, goes through the legs of Fairs, and it's out of bounds off of Franklin. Pass from Samples, a little too hot to handle for Jesse Fairs. Fairs might have thought it got tipped on the way to him, but a bounds turnover by Franklin. Their 7th turnover of the game. Over to Ham on the right side. Over Phillips down low on the cut. Matthews and Archie underneath there. And then Samples trying to tie it up, but he had his hand on the ball while out of bounds, so it'll be technically out of bounds on Franklin there.
I will say the defense this entire half from everybody on the floor has just been completely different than it was at the start of the game. Generally, Franklin likes to pressure at the beginning of the game and force turnovers and set their pace. They didn't do that this time, but they're doing it at the beginning of the second half.
Well, they thought about the 3. Shot clock down to 8. They get it to Phillips underneath. King going up, and then a foul call on the shot. I don't know if they're calling that on the first one or the second shot. It looked like King got a pretty good whack on him on the first one, missed the ball. The second one, Phillips didn't able to get the shot all the way to the rim. So 2 free throws coming for Demetrius Phillips. He's got 8 points and 6 boards and 3 fouls on him already. Franklin tried to go at him quickly with Morgan, couldn't really do anything. So misses the first of 2 free throws there. One or 2, back to a 5-point Berea lead. Straight into the lane. Turns around and kicks it out. Fairs drives inside to the rim over to Phillips. Tough finish, won't go. On Berea on the fast break. Phillips right down the lane. He's slamming it home.
And now Franklin, they're really trying to push the pace here now that Phillips is down on the other side.
Phillips able to get back. Finding Matthews, 4-3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, Fairs. grabs it, and they're calling a foul here on, I believe that would go on Montgomery.
Yeah, he backed right up into Ferris while Ferris was trying to get the board. Kind of bobbled the ball a little bit, and Montgomery backed right into his body.
Jesse Morgan will come in for Jesse Ferris. Matthews gets it into Archie. Archie drives, spins on the baseline. Picked up the dribble, looking for options, and gets it out to Samples. King guarded by Riley. Gets a switch on to Phillips. Step back, 3-ball, King, bullseye!
Huge shot by Lynn King. Franklin had gone a little bit without a field goal. They needed that one.
You know, this team has been a selfless team all year, moving the ball, everybody scores, but times like this, you might just need one player to step up and say, this is my game, I'm going to take over right now.
Exactly, and Lynn King, he's been one of those guys who's turned up a lot for Franklin this season.
Ham rises for 3 and answers back. Anthony Ham gets his first shot and first make. Big moment.
And Ham got a lot of minutes in the last game against Franklin, and a big shot by him there. Respond back and get this game back to a 7-point.
Samples finds Archie, corner 3, rims out, and a foul on the rebound on Berea.
Yeah, Montgomery came over the back of Morgan, who was trying to get the rebound.
Morgan's trying to make the claim he was shooting there. I don't think they're going to give it to him.
No, it didn't. It seemed like he was just going for the board, but
he was signaling that I was shooting there.
Yeah.
Come on, coach. Come on, ref. Both benches have been standing up this entire, well, mainly the Berea bench has been standing up this entire second half. Both sides into it.
Coach Newton for Berea has been absolutely fired up with that specific ref all game, and it's really, tensions are getting high here for Berea.
Archie at the free throw line, trying to get it underneath. Ham takes it away. Minter guarded by Samples. Minter scoreless so far the second half. Gets it poked away by Samples, but it hits out of bounds and stays with Berea. Another foul trouble we got to look at. Jarrell Montgomery's got 4 fouls already.
Yeah, he's had already 3 this half. Quickly, I mean, they already took him. Yeah, they took him out.
Lynn King comes in for Cody Samples. Minter finds in the corner for Moss. Riley, tough shot off the back of the rim, no good. Phillips grabs the rebound and a foul on the floor. Foul goes on Jesse Morgan. That'd be Morgan's 4th, or that's the 2nd, sorry. That was his turnover stat, he's got 3. The 2nd foul on Jesse Morgan. Minter left open for 3, deep, way off target. That one gets poked around and it stays with Berea.
Yeah, it hit Russell off the face there. It's a rough one. Minter was the one who called that play. He looked at the coach and directed that play. Coach signaled it to the rest of his guys. Minter, he had a wide open look right there. Wasn't able to execute.
It's a little deep. He's been on fire today. So an odd miss for Minter, who's been scoreless the opening 8 minutes of this second half. And he finds Riley in the wing, sidestepping. Morgan recovering. Riley hitting the 3.
A huge shot by Riley.
10-point Berea lead again. Franklin came out the half, brought it down to 4, but has been stagnant since.
Yeah, since that Lynn King 3-pointer, they haven't been able to get anything going on offense.
There's another Lynn King basket for you. So he hits the shot there.
He's had their last 7 points, Lynn King.
Makes it a 8-point ball game with 11:41 to play. We'll be back after this media timeout. 11:41 left to play in the second half. It's an 8-point Berea lead following the timeout. Len King's been stepping up for Franklin here down the stretch. The last 7 points, he's up to 13 on the game. He's got 6 rebounds and 2 assists as well. And cross-court pass for Moss. Moss almost trapped there, gets out of it. Ham fakes, drives inside. Acrobatic finish.
I mean, that was just amazing by Ham. I don't know how he was able to get that up and under on Jesse Morgan, but a fantastic finish right there. He showed up in the moment.
Down low to Samples and then draws a foul going up for the layup. Now he'll shoot 2 free throws. Haven't seen much of Cody Samples this game. Just 2 points, 1 of 5 from the field. But he's been doing his job on the glass and on the defensive side of the ball. The offense, one of their better scorers, been held quiet so far. First free throw from Samples off the mark. Jesse Ferris will come in for Jesse Morgan. See if Ferris, how he does this time against Phillips. Had a little bit of struggle earlier in the game. Guarding Phillips, picked up 2 fouls early. Samples misses both, but Ferris grabs the offensive board, but it's stripped away by Phillips.
They've had a lot of those where they've gotten the board or they've gotten down low and it looks like they have an easy bucket, and then Berea just strips it away. They're keeping the ball too low. Franklin needs to keep the ball higher and get ready into a scoring position rather than trying to, bounce it once.
Moss gets it back from Phillips. Guarded by Russell. They get it to Riley on the left post. Cross-court pass. Ham, 3-ball. Rims out. Rebound for Riley. Riley goes back up with it and calls for a foul. Riley has 2 free throws coming. Has 12 points, 4-7 from the field. He's at 2 threes. He's got 2 for 2 from the line, 5 rebounds. So it felt like a quiet 12 points for Bryce Riley so far, but doing his job.
Yeah, he's been kind of in the background of all the Trey Minter talk. Minter hasn't scored in the second half, and Riley has definitely shown up this entire game when his number has been called. He's shooting efficiently. He's 2 for 2 from the 3-point line. And those 2 free throws really matter. Now to a 12-point game, Franklin really, this is when they got to start showing up.
Ten and a half minutes to play in this first round of the conference tournament. Berea, the 7 seed, looking for the upset on the 2-seeded Grizzlies. Matthews drives inside, straight at Phillips. Rolls around the rim and finally falls for Cooper Matthews.
They need that one. This full court pressure, they really got to step it up here.
Samples shoved off there a little bit by Moss. Nothing called. Moss gets across the half court and then picks up the foul on the other end. It's Franklin's 16th foul. Close to the 1-and-1 bonus for the Berea Mountaineers. Minter scoreless in the second half, looking for his first bucket after a 20-point first half. Guarded by King. Switched on to Fairs, shot clock down to 8. Drives at the elbow, floater, rims around and falls. Samples pushing the pace, gives it to King. King thought about the 3, kicks out Samples, 3-ball, no good, but a foul. And Samples down in pain on the sideline there.
He's grabbing at his leg.
Has to be helped up quickly. A little limpish, but he looks to be all right. Had the line to shoot 3 free throws. Samples will head to the sideline to get checked out. by the athletic training group. 9.5 minutes to play. 12-point lead for Berea, their largest of the game.
I will say the second half has been extremely physical, extremely emotional for both sides. Now Franklin, though, the first team in the bonus. Berea's only one more foul away from Franklin to get in the bonus as well. So Franklin's really got to watch themselves because they have to take advantage of this, that they have a one-on-one and Berea does not.
Looks like Cody Samples will not shoot the free throws. He's going to have to come out here. Give the free throws, looks like, to Jesse Fairs.
I'm not sure if they choose who shoots the free throws.
I'm not sure if Franklin chooses it or if Berea or the refs just choose it at random. But
like who was closest to the ball, I'm not sure. It might be that rule, like who was closest to the ball on Franklin. Because Fairs, 56% free throw shooter on the season. These are some big ones.
It's 2 for 2 so far, one more pending. Another make here will cut it down to single digits, now at 10. Misses his third. Berea knows the clock's on their side. Take their time getting across half court, take their time getting into their sets. Moss gives it to Riley, cross court for Minter. Minter around the screen from Jones. Now on to King. Back to Riley. Riley's shot clock down to 5. Moss on the baseline. Cross-court pass. Jones has to put up a 3 at the buzzer. Too short. Matthews finds Flanagan. 4-3.
Bullseye! Franklin needed that. They absolutely needed that. Now within single digits, Cooper Matthews pushing the pace, and he got in front of that entire defense.
And nothing called there. Flanagan going for the charge. Gets a steal instead.
That won't lie right there.
Crowd on their feet here. Flanagan's third triple of the night. Puts it back down to 7.
Coach Hamilton telling them to cool down, telling everyone to cool down a little bit.
Morgan gets to Fairs. Shot clock already down to 10. Over to Flanagan. Thought about the 3. Drives inside. And then steps out of bounds at the baseline. He had that guilty look. He almost knew that he stepped out of bounds there.
Yeah.
He started tapping the toes, and he looked around. And the ref didn't call it immediately, but when he saw that face of Flanagan, he's like, man, I probably got to call that one.
Exactly. Like when the player, you can tell the player knows, and the referee, it's easy for them to make that call because they can point it out as the player is the one who pointed themselves out, basically. It's just, you got to sell it.
Into the corner, Minter, 3-ball, cash.
His first bucket, or no, second bucket of the second half, sorry. His first 3 of the second half after having 4 in the first.
It's not the guy you want to leave open. Morgan spinning underneath, up and under, and a foul. Under 8, timeout coming here. Free throw will pen for Jesse Morgan. It's an 8-point Berea lead, 7:48 to play. Jesse Morgan at the free throw line to cap off the 3-point opportunity. The key for Franklin is just trying to keep it at the single digits. They've got it below 8 and below 7 as of late, but
I mean, it's just been the shooting from Berea on offense. 55% from the field and 42 from 3. They've responded. Every single time Franklin's gotten a run, they've responded.
Morgan at the line, gets the free throw to rim in. 7-point game again, 7:48 to play in the second half. Franklin showing the full court pressure. Making Berea go all the distance of the court. Montgomery is back in the game with 4 fouls. We'll see how they play it with them. Mentor on the left wing with 15 on the shot clock. Guarded by Matthews. On the screen, dribbles through some contact, drives through the lane, and finishes.
I mean, that's what star players do right there. I mean, they're going to make plays like that. He's done a lot of talking, but he's proven it today. He's walked the walk.
25 points for Trey Minter. Archie left open 3-ball. Cash!
Oh, man, Malachi Archie showing up in the moment. You cannot leave anyone open for either team right now.
6-point game now. Under 7 to play. Franklin brings the trap on Montgomery. Kick it over the corner. Riley, 3-ball. Can't answer. Rims out. Rebound, though, for Phillips. 4 defenders around him, and he still scores.
I mean, they're so scared they're going to get the foul call. They had to keep their arms straight up there. Could not really go for the ball, and so Phillips is able to get the finish.
Franklin has been unable to get some stops. The Berea offense being too much for the Franklin defense. Morgan gets it up to Archie. Archie drives inside, rejected by Phillips.
And Phillips has done a fantastic job. He's 4 for 4 from the field. He's done amazing down low in terms of interior defense. He has not fouled once in the second half. I mean, that's just incredible game IQ from Phillips.
Good news, Franklin fans. Cody Samples back in the game. Saw him go out a little bit earlier. King straight to the rim, rejected again by Phillips. Phillips has been a wall inside.
Absolutely, and it's really made an impact that Franklin has not really been able to attack the paint much the second half.
8-point Berea lead. Franklin needs to get a stop here. Samples cutting off the pass to Riley. Minter still with it, down to 5 on the shot clock. Cross-court pass for Moss. Down to the corner, Montgomery, 3-ball, no good. Rebound by King. Poked away, almost turned over by Franklin. Morgan will heave it up. Archie, 3-ball. That one was almost willed in by the crowd. That one out of bounds. It'll go to Franklin.
The opposite side ref made the call. They're talking to it, and they switched the call.
Yeah. The ref towards the half-court line made the call. The baseline ref was wanted to point it away for Berea, so they return the call. Jesse Ferris and Dylan Beverly both come in for Lynn King and Jesse Morgan. 5.5 to play. It's an 8-point lead for Berea. Franklin's running out of time. They want to mount this comeback. Berea just comfortable playing all 30 seconds of the shot clock. Even if it doesn't mean they get the shot. Mentor's 3 blocked by Matthews.
He went up for that one, and now Franklin's got numbers.
Matt Samples will just go straight to the rim and finish.
All right, 5 minutes to go. We're getting into crunch time here. 6-point game. It's going to really come down to the wire.
Under 5, within 6. Becomes clutch time. Who will step up? Phillips straight to the rim, can't finish. And then Archie on the court. And they'll call, I think they're going to call a foul on Riley. They're pointing towards Franklin Way, and they didn't see a jump ball signal. And if it's a foul, then it should be free.
Yeah, it'd be 1-1. Sorry.
I don't know. Maybe that since Franklin didn't have possession of the ball, a loose ball foul won't be a 1-1 opportunity.
But that should count towards the foul bonus, which would make it 1 away from a double bonus for Franklin.
Franklin needs a basket here. 3 can put it within a 1-possession game. Just going to let it roll to half court. And blitzes past Montgomery, dumps it off to King. Beverly swings it to Matthews, or Samples into the lane. Samples finishing and the one!
And I believe that one's going on Phillips.
It will.
And that's going to be his fourth. And now him and Montgomery both have 4 fouls. Montgomery now, they're both on the floor too. And this could bring it into the one-possession game right here.
Cody Samples drew the foul, and Cooper Matthews hyping up the crowd. The Samples drew the 3-point play foul earlier, had to come out of the game with a leg injury, and then hits the 3-point play here.
Gets the friendly roll. Franklin has really shown up these past few minutes, and the crowd has played a huge factor.
Beverly aggressive, went for the steal.
Berea slowing it down. Minter wants it. Fair enough.
Crowd chanting defense on their feet. Minter inside, rejected with a foul. Thought Beverly got all ball there, but too much contact with the body, and Trey Minter will shoot 2 free throws.
Now the block was absolutely all ball. There was a lot of contact to the body, which makes sense why you'd call it. But in a game that has been as physical as it has been, consistency is key. But definitely a tight one to make.
Yeah. 3-point ball game. Minter back trying to make it a 2-possession game for Berea. Not entirely sure. The ref's going over like to the corner to talk to somebody in the corner. Security guard, something. Tell him to get closer off the court, I guess, the student section over there. New football coach, Coach Leonard, keeping him on the line. Minter at the line, makes the first, back to a 4-point game. Braden Flanagan and Anthony Ham will both check in. Dylan Beverly comes out for Franklin. Marquise Mackey out for Berea. Perfect from the line is Trey Minter. It's a 5-point Berea lead. Samples gets to Flanagan. Now to King, top of the key. Hand off Archie. Archie driving inside. Has to kick out. Shot clock down to 13 for Franklin. Matthews around the screen. Over to Samples. Behind the back. Samples down to 5 on the shot clock. In the lane. Tough finish. Won't go. Rebound for King. Swatted away. King gets it back. Up and under. And a foul and 2 free throws coming for Lynn King.
Yeah, there was a lot of contact coming down from him there, but he got his own board. Tough play by Lynn King.
Under 4 minutes to play. We'll take a timeout. Lynn King's free throws after the break. 5-point Berea lead. Two free throws pending for Lynn King. It's a 5-point lead right now for Berea. Trey Minter has done everything he can to give him this lead. He's got 29 points. He's at 5 threes, 11 field goals. He's got 2 assists to go with it. Bit of foul trouble, though, for both teams. Franklin, a couple players with 2 fouls. King, Morgan, and Fairs all have 2 fouls. But for Berea, the bigger story, Montgomery and Phillips both have 4 fouls down this last 3:51. King can't get the first free throw to fall.
And that's a crucial free throw. Now it's, no matter what, it's going to be a 2-possession game.
Montgomery will check out as Moss will come back in. Montgomery playing with 4 fouls.
Smart.
Moss has been high energy off the bench all game. He's forced a couple bad shots on defense. And King gets 1 for 2. It's a 4-point ball game.
The full court pressure coming back out there.
Mentor gets it into Moss. Moss trapped. Take it away! Fairs to the rim, finishing it. 2-point ball game.
What a play by Jesse Fairs. Trapped him in the corner. Fairs jumped the pass.
3.5 to play. Moss guarded by Archie. Shoving off. Samples brings the trap again. Matthews almost with a steal through the legs. Gets a call. And there's a foul. Archie shoved over Ham. The foul go on Franklin. Intense defense from Franklin, trying to force the turnovers. Matthews went through the legs for that steal.
Yeah, exactly. Cooper Matthews, I mean, he dropped the ball down low. Matthews tipped it. It was nearly a loose ball, but then Matthews fell into his legs, and then Archie did it as well on the other side. So just too much contact.
Flanagan and Montgomery pending checking in. Flanagan will come in for Jesse Fairs, who just had the huge steal and dunk to make it a 2-point game. Flanagan, though, has hit 4 threes today with 12 points. That 3-point shooting might be clutch down the stretch here.
Yeah, he's shown up in the biggest moments. He's been a starter of a lot of these runs that Franklin has made.
Ham front half of the 1-and-1 goes. There's Franklin now in the Berea now in the 1-and-1 bonus, as well as Franklin has 9 fouls.
Yeah, it's a clutch free throw from Ham, the junior.
Makes both, and it's back to a 4-point lead. 3 minutes, 15 seconds. Still a decent amount of time for Franklin, but can't go any empty possessions. Matthews crossover, kicks out to Samples. Samples push shot, goes.
I mean, Matthews, great job getting by his guy. Finding the open man.
Stomp on their feet, the crowd trying to get the defense into it. Shot clock down to 15 for Ham on the right wing. Takes a screen into the corner. Mentor, 3-ball. Off the right of the rim, no good. Phillips trying to keep it alive, and he's out of bounds.
Good hustle by Phillips there, and good tip, but stepped out of bounds when he was trying to save it. Franklin, this is one of their first opportunities this entire game to take a lead.
Need a 3 to do that, just a 2 to tie it. For Berea on offense there, that's a shot they want. That's the guy they want to take that shot. In that corner, hit one a couple minutes ago. Matthews just lets it roll. Pick it up. Drives inside, underneath, tough finish, and the basket, Cooper Matthews.
The rim runner back at it. He goes out there and shows up.
Tie ball game, 2:20 to play.
These are what these athletes live for, his final moments.
This is where that home court advantage might come in handy for your Grizzlies. Mentor, shot clock down to 10, guarded by King. Mentor wants the shot. Crossover, sidestepping into the lane, tough finish, and a foul. Foul called there on Lynn King. Reached over the top of Mentor. 2 free throws coming.
Was a lot of contact, but King didn't think so. And it was a late call, so there's obviously going to be controversy.
Mentor's first free throw at the line falls, back to a 1-point lead for Berea.
That puts him at 30 in today's game, absolutely showing up, and and doing what, he's almost doubled his score from last time out against Franklin.
His third 30-point game of the season. Timeout taken here by Berea. 2:01 to play. Let's see if it's a full or 30-second. Looks like it'll be just a 30-second timeout, so we'll stick with you. This half has been back and forth. 2-point game. Franklin was trying to chip away at the lead for the longest time. Finally gets it to tie it back up. And the first time it's been tied all night since it was 0-0. But now back in front is Berea with the 2 Trey Mentor shots.
Yeah, he's been showing up, and he obviously had 20 in the first half. Now he had 11 in the second half after not scoring for the entire first part of it. Berea they've been efficient. It's just been Franklin. They've been doing a much better job at applying pressure and forcing mistakes from the Berea offense. But it's really going to come down to the last possession, it seems, for both squads. And the pressure remains on Franklin as it has been all game.
Pressure makes diamonds, Luke. We'll see if a diamond shows up for Franklin. Which player will step up? Final 2 minutes to play. And 5 on the court, Archie, Flanagan, Matthews, Samples, and King. For Franklin, Mentor, Riley, Montgomery, Ham, and Phillips. Matthews straight to the rim, foul, and the basket!
Cooper Matthews showing up in the moment, the sophomore, pointing to the crowd saying, "I'm him."
3-point play pending for Cooper Matthews, and he has a chance to put Franklin on top for the first time tonight.
And that puts Franklin in the double bonus now, so any foul from now on will be 2 free throws. Berea only 1 foul from Franklin away from also being in that category.
Jesse Ferris checks back in for Franklin. Free throw from Matthews falls, and Franklin has the lead.
Matthews, 9 points in the second half after not playing the entire first half.
Crowd on their feet. Minute 45 to play. Does Berea have an answer? Over to Riley. Cross-court pass to Ham. Ham drives inside into the lane. Foul called. Basket doesn't fall. With 2 free throws coming for Anthony Ham.
Ham has really been fantastic the second half. He's shown up when his number has been called. He's been efficient, and he's really just done his job. And he hasn't let the pressure kind of get to him at all.
Coming in today, Anthony Ham had just shot 2 free throws all season. He was 0 for 2. He's 2 for 2 from the line today, though. And he misses the first. Best they can do is tie it.
Yep.
Jesse Ferris checks back out. Offense for defense as Braden Flanagan comes in.
Yep, and Franklin, they're remaining small. They've had Morgan out for the past about 10 minutes now, and they want to keep that small lineup out there.
Second free throw falls for Ham, and it's tied at 77, a minute and a half. See whose number gets called this time. Matthews took it straight to the hole last one. Matthews around the screen, drives inside, pops out for Flanagan. 3-ball, too strong, long rebound. Matthews can't grab it. Samples picks it up.
Mentor and Matthews going at it for that board. Samples ends up with it.
A minute left. Matthews scanning the court. Shot clock down to 7. Around the screen from King. Cut off. Tries to get it down low. Take it away. Montgomery with the steal. Berea a chance to take the lead with 45 seconds left.
Huge steal. They're trying to force the pass inside. Franklin did, and Berea made a really smart play defensively.
Montgomery gets up to Phillips. Phillips on the top of the key. Hand off to Mentor. Mentor at the right elbow. Steps back, puts up a tough shot. Won't fall. Riley offensive rebound underneath, and it gets a foul call on him. Smacked the arm. Was not sure who they gave it on. Looked like it might have been Lynn King. And 2 free throws coming from Bryce Riley. Bryce Riley at the line. He's been 4 for 4 today. He's a 78% free throw shooter, and he misses the first.
And Riley's had a fantastic game. I mean, he's been showing up all game. for Franklin, or for Berea, sorry. But biggest free throw of his life right here.
Crowd doing what they can. Riley at the line. Misses it. He Samples with the rebound.
Franklin's got the last shot.
25 seconds. Shot clock is off. Samples gets it across half court, and Franklin will take a timeout with 22 seconds remaining. Bryce Riley was perfect from the line before those 2 free throws, and then he missed them both, and it's still tied. 22 seconds remaining. A full timeout here taken by Franklin, but we'll stick with you. Franklin has had the huge second half spark from Cody Matthews. Braden Flanagan's hit 4 threes this game. Who do you think is going to take the final shot here?
Ooh, I mean, again, this is why, you know, it's the curse and the gift of having a whoever basketball team. You have 5 guys that average 11 points a game. Anyone's going to get the ball here. I have no idea. It could be Len King on a drive. It could be Flanagan on a kick-out 3. Matthews could just run at the rim and hope for a foul call. I mean, there's just so many different options Franklin could go here, but then there's also not, you know, there's not the guarantee that you've got a shot, you know, with the best player like a Trey Minter on the other side. So really the dynamic of this game has been fascinating, and now it's really just all going to come down to this last possession here. If Franklin can close it out at home, or if it's going to, you know, potentially be overtime for these home fans.
That is certainly an option as it's still tied with 22 seconds left. Franklin, I don't think you want to let Berea get another shot off. You don't want Minter with the game on the line.
Exactly, yeah. It's like you do, yeah, I would not, do not take any, unless you have a wide open look, that's the right guy you want looking at it early. I'm not taking a shot right now. I'm waiting for the last second. Give yourself as much time as possible, because if you get the ball to Trey Minter for Berea and he even has 4 seconds to take the ball up the floor, he will, and he can make that shot.
On the floor for Franklin is King, Matthews, Flanagan, Archie, and Samples. Montgomery, Riley, Phillips, Minter, and Ham, the 5 for Berea. They get it into the backcourt for Matthews. Game clock down to 15. Matthews sizing them up. Franklin just going to hold this. Will be the last shot, most likely. They get it to King. King on the right wing, down to 5. King going to work. They clear out. King underneath, fadeaway jumper. Won't go. Rebound by Phillips, and we have overtime.
Wow. Oh, my goodness. You know, King definitely, Coach Hamilton was looking for the foul call. The rest saying no way. In that type of moment, you can't blame him not making that call. There wasn't really enough contact. But now, 5 more minutes of this unbelievable game.
Best words in sports, free basketball. We'll be back in just a moment. It is time for overtime here in the Spurlock Center. 77 all after 40 minutes. 5 more to decide it.
And looking at the season records, Berea's gone into overtime 4 times, one of them being double overtime. They lost all 3 times that it went into a single. They won the game that went into a double overtime. So they're 1-3. Franklin only has gone 1 game to overtime, and that was against Earlham, and they won by 5. They closed out in the final 5 minutes. So Franklin has had a little more success from the lack of experience, though. Berea's had more moments.
The opening tip goes out of bounds off Phillips, so Franklin will control the opening tip. It'll just be a 20-second shot clock for Franklin after the out of bounds. Archie, Samples, Fairs, King, and Matthews, the 5 to start overtime for Franklin. Riley, Phillips, Minter, Ham, and Montgomery. Three players playing with 4 fouls. Montgomery, Phillips, and Ham all have 4 fouls heading into this overtime period. Montgomery guarding Archie. Archie fighting underneath. Archie over the top. Can't get it to go. King tips it in.
What a physical play by Lynn King, getting down low, and the little one-handed, left-handed tip. Huge play.
It's Franklin's second lead of the game, their biggest lead of the game. It's only 2. Minter gets the ball, has 31 points for his Berea squad.
And you can tell he absolutely wants all of these shots. He wants these moments.
They get it to him in the corner. Thought about the 3, sidesteps over top of Matthews. Off the right of the rim, no good. Riley, offensive rebound, puts it up and scores.
I mean, that was just a physical, tough rebound by Riley and a fantastic clutch play. I mean, Minter hasn't really gotten going in the final few minutes so far. He hasn't really nailed any of those threes on the wing, but that was a fantastic closer by Matthews and not getting caught by the pump fake.
Riley makes up for his 2 missed free throws earlier with the made basket here in overtime to tie it. Matthews runs to the rim and draws a foul. That's the 5th foul on Ham, and he's done.
Yeah, Ham, he's been defensively impactful. He's been efficient when his number's been called. And, yeah, he's going to have to come out here. I'm interested to see who they decide to bring in.
Franklin looks like they're going to check in Jesse Morgan as well at the break. They'll go with Marquise Mackey, one of the starters of the game. Didn't play much down the stretch, though. They went with Ham instead, but Mackey back in. Mackey hit a and 1 basket earlier in the game. 3 points and a rebound. Plays with 2 fouls right now. Matthews at the free throw line. Makes the first. Franklin back on top by 1.
And I mean, that possession was exactly what Matthews likes to do. Drive into the outside, just taking it right at the rim and trying to draw the foul.
Matthews goes 2 for 2. 3:43 left in overtime. And 5-second violation called on Montgomery. And Berea Mountaineers turn it over.
And that's what full court pressure can do in these big moments. Overtime, a player can get frazzled a little bit. And I mean, that's just a huge play by the defense of Franklin, forcing the 5-second and an extra free possession.
Chance to make it a double-digit lead. They get it into King off the inbound. Riley got a piece of it from behind.
Oh, man, that was a fantastic defensive play by Riley, but King definitely hoping that he could have finished that one.
Get it back to Riley on the left side. Cross-court pass for Mackey. Mackey sizing up Samples. Riley now. Samples on him. Riley inside. Tough shot off the glass. Can't fall. King skies for the board.
He's been absolutely fantastic on the boards in these last few minutes. And
give that a double-double to Lynn King. He's now got 10 boards, 16 points to go with it.
Yeah, him and Morgan leading the way in the points part of the stat sheet. But then you got Flanagan, Matthews, and Fairs also in double figures.
And Matthews now trapped in the corner. He able to get it out to Archie. Finds Morgan underneath. Morgan finishes off the glass.
Morgan's first points, at least in a while. And I mean, only his 5th since the first half.
Up to 20 points for Jesse Morgan. And Franklin has their biggest lead at 4. 2.5 minutes to play. Minter drives inside. Tough layup. Foul and the basket. Trey Minter. 3-point play coming.
That was a fantastic play by Trey Minter. I mean, that's what he does. And even though he's had a little bit of a drought in these clutch moments, he just made one of the biggest plays for Berea this entire game.
Trying to make it just a 1-point game here at the free throw line. He's been perfect all night. 4 for 4 at the charity stripe. And connects. 1-point ball game. Timeout Berea. 2:25 to play. 83-82. We'll step aside and be back in a moment. edge of your seat action the final 5 minutes of that first half, and this overtime been back and forth. 2:25 left to the first period of overtime. It's a 1-point Franklin lead.
Let alone edge of your seat, just stand up at this point. I mean, like, we're in the final moments here, and Franklin has just mounted a comeback, but Berea has not let down.
Archie and the ref joking around, keeping things light. As now it's time to get tense. Down the final 2:20. Matthews brings it across the court for Franklin. Samples trying to find Morgan down low. Riley went for the steal, kicked out to Archie. Awkward pass secured by Archie. Shot clock down to 10 for King. Working on Phillips. Kicks out, corner three. Archie, pump fake, in for two. Lays it short. Morgan fighting for the rebound, out of bounds, and it'll be Franklin ball.
Every player on the court pointing their way.
And we're going to have a review here.
Yeah, it was definitely close. From our angle, just very hard to see. It looked like it was tipped off Berea is what the refs called, but we'll see what our replay monitor shows.
It looked like Montgomery touched it last. The replay camera is the same camera you see at home, and it's right in front of us, so whatever angle we saw and what you saw is what the referees are going to be looking at here at the replay board. See if there's conclusive evidence to overturn the call is what the official replay term is.
Of course.
Minter, 34-point game. Minter season high and a career high tonight.
Wow.
And with his season and college career on the line,
exactly.
No better time to do it.
Exactly. Trying to keep your team in the game. And like you said, potentially his last game as a collegiate athlete, and doing everything he can to just not let this be his last one.
Call made. Franklin keeps it underneath the baseline, or on the baseline. 20 seconds on the shot clock for Franklin. Matthews, the inbounder, gets it into Samples on the bounce pass.
I like Franklin resetting there. They had 20 on the shot clock, no need to rush up, and he shot down low off the pass.
Matthews takes it inside, ripped away by Minter, and it stays with Franklin. And Minter asking for review and gets it himself. He claims that it went off of the body of Matthews. Not sure how much the referee was influenced by Minter calling for the replay.
And it probably will get overturned because I won't lie, it did look like it went off the body of, I believe it was Cooper Matthews.
The back is to the camera side, so it'll be a tough call to make overturned.
That is true.
But we'll see what they look here at the replay board. Minute 47 left on the clock. If Franklin does get the ball, they'll have 10 seconds on the shot clock. And it stays with Franklin. So call there goes in favor of the Grizzlies.
I think you're right I think it was definitely the camera angle, just not the right angle to be able to be overturned.
Same five on the court: Morgan, Archie, King, Samples, and Matthews for Franklin. Matthews drives inside, gets out Samples at the shot clock buzzer. Bullseye!
I mean, just one of the biggest plays of his career right there, Cody Samples, also trying to keep his collegiate career going.
Minter answers right back. String music. Trey Minter talking to the Franklin bench. Still a 1-point lead for Franklin, a minute 15 to play. King gives it up to Samples, over to Archie. Thought about the three, gets this man to jump, pull up mid-range, left it short, rebound for Morgan, can't finish it. Long loose ball, rebound secured by Berea, and it's a jump ball possession with Berea. Comes back to Berea. Technically, they won the tip, but it went out of bounds, so it was Franklin ball. So that's why it's Berea possession.
Yeah.
Interesting how that opening tip-off will work here. As Berea, chance to take the lead again.
I mean, you just can't doubt Trey Mentor at this point. They're gonna try and potentially double team him every time he gets the ball. So we're gonna see what happens here. He's got to get the ball in.
Do so to Riley, get it right back to Montgomery. Gets it across half court. Berea no interest in taking a timeout here. 46 on the game clock, 18 on the shot clock.
Minter's got his one-on-one. This is what he wants.
Minter at the three-point line, guarded by King. Shot clock down to 10. Minter around the screen. Franklin brings Morgan down to 4. Shot clock, 2-point shot from Minter. Off target, short. And then Archie fighting for the rebound, gets it clear to Samples, and they foul Samples. Samples is fouled, and we were wide open for a fast break. Morgan and King were sprinting down the floor.
That fouls out Phillips. Phillips was the one who got called with the foul, and that was obviously intentional. I mean, it was going to be an easy basket for Franklin on the other end.
Wonder if they'll call that a clear path foul.
That's what I'm thinking, if it would be a clear path foul, because it was obviously a bucket on the offensive end for the Grizzlies, which would have just made it a three-point game.
Phillips fouls out, his 5th foul. Some of the Franklin bench and coaches asking for a little bit of review here to see if it might be a clear path or a technical foul.
Yeah, or flagrant, because, I mean, it
looked, I didn't see it. I was looking at the other end of the court.
Exactly, I was
too.
too.
I turned and I see Cody Samples down on the deck.
Exactly, down on his face. And so I'm assuming with the ball already being on the opposite side of the floor, I'm just wondering if it seemed it was intentional or what. I think they just called players to their benches.
Yeah, so they're going to talk to coaches about something and maybe go to the replay board.
Because I don't know if our camera even had it.
Yeah, camera's swiveling to change to the outgoing fast break that was going to be a bucket.
Exactly.
Unless something terrible happened.
So whether or not it was an intentional foul, I don't think that should matter at this point because it was an obvious bucket on the other end. I feel like Berea had to know that. Either way, Demetrius Phillips is going to be fouled out, the second player for now for the Mountaineers.
But I think if it is a clear or flagrant, Franklin will get the free throws and the ball back.
Yeah.
So that's what the big thing is here. They can get a 3-point lead and the ball to make it a potentially 5 or 6-point lead. Referees take away from the replay board and they head to the third official to talk about it.
So it was a clear path. I'm not sure if it'd be 1 free throw or 2 free throws and ball, but it would.
Talking to the scorer here, just checking.
So much tension, just the game possibly being relied on this call.
Coach Newton getting the explanation on the sideline. Coach Hamilton getting the explanation from the referees. Not sure. Haven't made an official call here. Looks like it'll just be 2 free throws. Common foul looks like it will be for Cody Samples. Chance to make it a 3-point game. He makes both of these. So a 3-point game still within Trey Minter range.
Exactly. Like, even if you make both these free throws, then you got to defend Trey Minter for another possession.
They'll have 22.1 seconds on the game clock as Samples hits the first and makes it a 2-point game.
You got to make the third. You cannot allow Berea to have a chance to win the game here off of these free throws.
Samples' second free throw. Bounces around, no good. Berea has a chance for the final shot. They get it to Montgomery. Jones just pulls trigger and misses it. Archie grabs the long board for Franklin, and they can hold it. They got a foul. They do so with 5.9 left.
Woo! And I'm not going to lie, I think the refs might have missed a travel on Malachi Archie on the other end. He picked up his pivot foot, and all the bench for Berea were calling for the travel. But now Franklin's going to shoot 2. Cody Samples, an opportunity to put the game away with both of these.
Needs to make both of them again.
Yep.
He's just 2 for 4 from the free throw line today. Usually a better free throw shooter than that, though. Samples shoots 75% on the season, and he makes the first. It's a 3-point game. The best Berea can do is tie it. Second free throw pending for Cody Samples.
And everyone in the gym after this possession knows who's getting this ball.
And he misses the second. Berea has a chance to tie. Got to go quickly. Mentor across half court, has to put it up. He steps out of bounds. Game over.
Franklin holds home court and gets the win.
I think they're going to go ahead and check here if he stepped out of bounds and any time left on the clock.
Exactly, the bench. Coach Hamilton telling players, get back to the bench, because whether or not
there's any time left on that clock,
my guess is there will be a few tenths of a second here put back onto the clock.
Yeah, it'll be Franklin ball. He stepped out, so Franklin will have possession. Just got to get it in. Yeah. We'll see if they can find enough time on the clock. If they can get an accurate number, they'll probably put something on.
Yeah, that's my guess.
It looked the clock multiple times before.
Yeah, I don't think the buzzer sounded when I saw Minter go on the floor and he was dribbling. I think it was the ball that went out of bounds when he was trying to keep his dribble because he fell into the contact from, I believe it was Lynn King on the defensive end, using his body to get into Trey Minter and not let him get an easy shot.
They put .4 on the game clock. Franklin just has to get it in. Can't turn it over, but if they do, it'll be one miraculous push shot. Like it's going to pop it up if you do for Berea.
Well, the general rule of basketball, .4 is the minimum amount of time there can be to make a shot, but...
And then he touched the ball as it was going out.
They hit the line up there when he threw the ball.
That's the ball game. So they touched the ball on the inbound. That counted as a .4. The clock didn't technically start, but the referee's watch did. And so that's the end of the ball game. Franklin victorious 88-85 in overtime.
Probably the best live basketball game I've ever attended. And
definitely the most chaotic one.
Absolutely. A lot of intensity already. Before the second half even started, the intensity was through the roof. But now Franklin has an opportunity. Obviously, Anderson, the tournament will go through there, but Franklin now has an opportunity to get into the second round. And like you telling me before the game, their first home conference win since 2006.
Yep, it's the first time since they beat Anderson back in 2006 that they've won on home court in the conference tournament. And the fans know that, and they're celebrating on the court here. Franklin will play the winner of Mount St. Joe and Rose Holman in Anderson on Friday. That game, Mount St. Joe and Rose Holman have been tough opponents for Franklin all year. It's been one crazy season here on Grizz TV. Franklin has one of their best regular seasons in a long time this year, going 14-4 in conference, 18-7. Rose Holman did beat Mount St. Joe, so they'll play Rose Holman in the second round up in Anderson. They beat them 69-52.
Very convincing win. Yeah, Rose Holman, I think last time they played, it was a 2-point game. And that was here at the Spurlock Center. It was a very close matchup. And, it was today unfortunate for Berea. Trey Minter, 37 points, and just doing everything in his power to push the game even further. The threes he was making, the clutch moments that he took advantage of, and he showed up and did everything for his team that he possibly could. But Franklin, I think it was the depth and just the amount of people coming at Berea that was able to pull away and win the game.
Jesse Morgan led the way with 20 points for Franklin. Lynn King had 16 and 11 boards for a double-double. 11 points for Cooper Matthews, all in the second half and overtime. Tessie Ferris had 10. Brady Flanagan had 12 on 4 threes, and Cody Samples had 14, including the game-winning free throws for Franklin.
Exactly. Cooper Matthews played the entire second half and the entire overtime period as well. And, we were wondering why he didn't come in the first half, but obviously he came out, helped set the tone in the second half. And, 4 assists, a steal, and 2 blocks, showing his impact on the defensive end. Jesse Ferris was great off the bench. And Cody Samples, after the injury and coming back into the game, and he was absolutely huge. He had those 2 buckets for Franklin that helped get them back into the game, and he played huge defense for them on the other end.
That does it for coverage here on Grizz TV. Franklin heads to the second round of the HCAC tournament on Friday after taking down the Berea Mountaineers 88-85 here in the Spurlock Center. I'd like to thank you all for watching. I was Ryan Gage. With me was Luke Shepard. Have a great rest of your night.